Hi, welcome you all for the video lecture on small signal analysis of emitter bias as well as voltage divider bias. So in this video lecture, our objective is to do the small signal analysis of different types of biasing of C amplifiers. So here in this video lecture, we are going to see about emitter bias and voltage divider bias. So this is an emitter bias circuit. The circuit is called as an emitter bias because at the emitter you have the biasing resistor, which actually improves your quality of your amplifier or the stability of your amplifiers. Okay, because without this is nothing but your fixed bias amplifier, so which has got a very poor stability. By putting this resistor RE, your operating point is being retained, though there is some variation, external variation factors. Okay, so you could see the polarity of your C1 and C2. So the polarity of your C1 is here, this is plus, this is minus, because when the signal is absent, the current will flow through your RB to charge up this capacitor, and similarly here at the collector terminal it is plus because the current will flow through this path. Okay. So as a small signal analysis, we are interested in finding out your Zi and Z0. So as a first step, we have to draw the AC equivalent circuit. So to draw your AC equivalent circuit, we have to we have to short circuit your coupling capacitors and we have to remove the DC sources. Okay, so I have removed the DC source and the coupling capacitors are shorted and it has been redrawn. Next, to do your analysis, we have to replace your transistor with the hybrid pi model. So the transistor has been replaced with the hybrid pi model, and we are interested in finding out the parameters here Zi, Z0 as well as AV and AI. So to compute your input impedance, your Zi is equal to Ri is equal to Vs by Is. But we know that Vs is nothing but it is I1 times Rb. Okay. So which is nothing but, because in a parallel case, so the voltage drop across this will be equal to this. Okay, the voltage drop across this will be equal to the voltage drop across this RB. So the voltage drop across this will be, it is nothing but your IB times your R pi, which is nothing but V pi, plus and the drop across your RE. Okay, so which is GM V pi RE, neglecting your base current because it is going to be very, very small compared to your GM times V pi. Okay, so therefore we can write your Vs is equal to, it is IB times, it is R pi plus GM R pi RE. So ZB, which is given as Vs by IB, that is, it is the base from your base, the looking through impedance. Okay, the looking or from the base, the impedance seen at the base, which is given as Vs by IB is equal to R pi plus GM R pi RE. And the input impedance from the source, it is equivalent to, it is RB parallel ZB. And the voltage gain AV is equal to V0 by Vs, and we know that V0 is nothing but it is the drop across your RC. So the current through your RC, it is I0, and look at the direction of your I0 as well as IC, they are opposite in nature, so therefore we take it as it is minus GM V pi into RC. V pi is nothing but it is IB times R pi. Okay, so therefore it becomes minus GM R pi IB RC, and Vs, already we have established the relation that Vs and ZB. So Vs is equal to IB times it is R pi plus GM R pi RE. So substituting these two equations, and we can cancel out the common term, that is your IB. Okay, so therefore I am getting it is minus GM, it is R pi RC divided by R pi plus GM R pi RE. Okay, so we can take this GM R pi. Okay, this GM R pi, if you take it as a common term and then you cancel it out, then this will helps us to get a reduction value that AV is equal to minus RC by RE. Next, the current gain A is equal to I0 by IS. So already we know that your IS is equal to Vs by, it is your Zi, which is RB parallel ZB, and I0 is equal to IC, it will be equal to, it is GM times your V pi. Okay, so this is GM IB R pi. So IB will be given as it is Vs by ZB. So A is equal to I0 by Is, which is equal to GM R pi divided by ZB times it is ZB parallel RB. And the output impedance, the procedure to do your output impedance is, first we have to make your Vs is equal to 0, and then we have to remove the load resistor. Here only the collector resistor, bias resistor is used as load, so therefore RC is removed and Vs is 0. When Vs is made 0, your Is is equal to 0, I is 0, Ib 0, so therefore Gm R pi Ib is approximately 0. So it appears like as if it has been the look through the impedance from the output terminal. Your Z0 is equal to R0 is equal to RC. Next, coming to your voltage divided bias. So this is a voltage divided bias circuit. Here compared to your compared to your emitter bias, here the potential at the base is being divided by using a voltage divider circuit. Actually this R1 and R2, they are in series. Okay, if you neglect the current that goes through the base, okay, the current through the base is going to be in the order of microampere. So if you neglect that current, you can see that this R1 and R2, they are connected in series, so therefore they act like a voltage divider circuit. Okay, and therefore they establish the necessary voltage that is to be created at the base terminal. Okay, similarly here also you can see the polarity of your coupling capacitors as well as for your bypassing capacitors. So the AC equivalent circuit of the voltage divided bias circuit is drawn by just short circuiting your coupling as well as your bypassing capacitor. So at the emitter terminal, the capacitor is being short circuited. So the effect of Re, it becomes nullified. Okay, because here this is Re parallel 0, so therefore it becomes nullified to as if like your emitter terminal is being connected to the ground. Okay, and that is why we call this as a bypassing capacitor. Okay, so next we replace the transistor with its hybrid pi model. So we have replaced the transistor with the hybrid pi model, and this R1 parallel R2, it is taken as your R dash. Okay, and including your early effect, we have inserted your hybrid pi model, and the value of your output impedance is taken as your R0, and this is your biasing resistor RC. So the input impedance Zi, it is given as it is R is equal to Vs by Is. So Vs by Is or Vs is equal to, it is Is times it is R1 parallel R2, which is R dash parallel R pi. Okay, so and here Zi is nothing but Ri is equal to, it is R1 parallel R2 parallel R pi. All the three are in parallel values, so therefore your Zi is equal to R1 parallel R2 parallel R pi. Out of all that, R pi is the smallest value, and we know that when the resistors are in parallel, the equivalent resistance will be the equivalent to the lowest. So your Zi is equal to Ri is equal to R pi. Next, the voltage gain, it is given as V0 by Vs. V0 by Vs. So V0, we know that V0 is nothing but minus Gm V pi. Okay, because we have taken this as your direction and this is plus to minus. So therefore it becomes, the polarity of your V0 is, here it is plus to minus. So therefore it becomes, it is minus Gm V pi times it is R0 parallel RC. And Vs is equal to, it is Ib times R pi, which is equal to V pi. So substituting this, we cancel the common term, and the voltage gain becomes, it is minus Gm times it is R0 parallel RC. If you neglect the early effect, it is minus Gm times RC. Next, current gain. A is given as I0 by Is. I0 is nothing but it is Ic times it is Gm V pi, which is equal to Gm Ib R pi. Okay. So Is is equal to, it is I1 plus Ib, but Is is approximately, I can take it as Ib because your R dash is going to be very greater than R pi. So A is equal to I0 by Is, which is nothing but a Gm R pi. Next, to compute your output impedance. So to compute your output impedance, we make the source signal as 0, then RC is removed. When Vs is being made 0, Is is equal to 0, then Gm R pi Ib, it's approximately 0. So therefore the Z0 will be equal to R0. Okay, because here RC will act as a load, so we remove the load. If we include the load, then Z0 will be equal to, it is R0 parallel RC. So this R0 is because of the L effect, and it is of a very larger value compared to the biasing resistance. So therefore, your output impedance Z0 will be equal to R0. Okay. So to summarize, in case of your emitter bias, it has got a voltage gain of proportional to RC by RE. Okay. So if at all you could find in your voltage gain, it is minus RC by RE. Okay, you can see here it is minus RC by RE we have taken approximately. This minus sign, we know that it is because of your input and output being phase shifted by 180 degree in case of your common emitter configuration. Okay, and the input impedance has been improved as it is RB parallel ZB. And in case of your voltage divided by S, the voltage gain is proportional to GM times RC. So with the help of the resistor RC around, the voltage gain can be betterly improved, and it has got very poor input impedance. The input impedance is only R pi, okay, which is of a very small quantity. So the references I have used: Donaldi and Niemann, Electronic Circuit Analysis and Design, and Robert Boylestad and Louis Nasilski, Electronic Devices and Circuit Theory, for preparing this video lecture. Thank you all.